Hi, and welcome to the first ever episode of the Patch Notes Parenting Podcast, where parenting meets gaming and nobody really knows what they're doing. I am today's party leader, Cassie, also known as Crimson Riot, proof that you can be a gamer, an athlete, a business owner, and still lose arguments to a 3-year-old. These are my squad mates. Go ahead, Astra.
I'm Astra. I can never ever be serious. I'm a Twitch partner, a mom of 3, and a professional loot goblin. So, just your pockets are never safe.
Ebox.
Yep. I'm Ebox, a husband, father 3, Twitch affiliate, and aggressively mediocre at gaming and life in general. Just gaming on the side of life and figuring out the balance of it all.
All right. Today's podcast is a get to know us and what this podcast will be about. So we're going to start with Astra, and we're going to have her tell us a little bit about herself, how she got into gaming, how she navigates that, and parenting. So go ahead.
Sorry. I started gaming when I was a kid, like a lot of people, and I have 3 older brothers, and so for me, it was kind of just this like natural part of my day. And as an adult, you don't exactly find a lot of women who still play video games, and so it was something that I kind of just like did on the side, and Twitch wasn't really a thing when I was in high school or in college, and it was something that I kind of fell into. I don't even remember. It's like a dream. Like you don't remember where you start at some point, like when I downloaded Twitch, but I remember finding my friend's community. Her name is BBXH on Twitch. And I just like every day would wake up and like would be in her channel and like talking to friends and making friends like online in that way. And I have 3 young kids at the time. And so it was kind of this fun anchor to adults to talk to other people that weren't just like a toddler or a baby that I'm like changing diapers endlessly. And it kind of helped me through my days. And it was something that was really something I didn't know that I needed before I found Twitch. And so when she invited me to play games, that was kind of like this opening the door to streaming. And so I had a couple of other friends at that point that had streamed. And so I kind of knew like how to do that. And so I started streaming just on my Xbox in between nap schedules and just like a little 2-hour stint here and there to like 2 people total. And I think one of them was my own phone, so I could keep track of the chat because it was on my Xbox. But it was something just kind of on the side that I did. And then it sort of kind of snowballed. I had a couple of other friends that started streaming around the same time, and we tried to like kind of bolster each other up. And as my kids got older and went to school more full time, I was able to then actually have more than just like a 2-hour chunk of time. And so when I found video game Hunt Showdown, I should probably state that I stream on a computer now, not on my Xbox, and I have an actual real setup now. And when I decided to try to push for partner, I found another amazing person that was also pushing for that. Shout out to Carly. And she and I decided to do this insane push to try to hit that. And that was the first time that I kind of put my streaming into like a professional setting. And prior to that, it had just been something that I did for me, for fun. So it's kind of a different shift for me. But she and I hit partner, and Hunt Showdown is a little cowboy western extraction horror game shooter that I'm obsessed with, and we'll probably talk quite a bit about here on our podcast. But that's been a pretty integral part, I think, to my streaming, and a lot of my community plays the game, and made a lot of friends playing that game. Ebox and I actually became friends because of Hunt Showdown. Played a random game and happened to gel well, and so that kind of forged that friendship. But yeah, for me, that's kind of been my intro and my approach to gaming, and it's now something that I have a schedule, and I am try to be pretty good with it, even in the summer. Even if I sleep in a little bit or I'm every day late, regardless of the schedule, I will be late every single time.
Literally every day.
I did adjust my my stream schedule to just mess with people. I put it as normally is like 9 a.m. And I set it to like 9:17 because I'm always late. And so another day was like a starting time of like 9:32.
You're welcome.
And yes,
was my
Cassie
idea.
was like, she's like, you should do this. I'm like, oh, okay. And so I did. And then one day that I was late, of course, Cassie was in chat and it was like, people were already talking before I went live. And someone was like, oh, she's late again. And Cassie was like, technically she's not late. And she and I've been messaging like, who's going to notice first that that the schedule has changed? And we both for sure thought that it would be Wicked, and it was. She noticed it first, and everybody cracked up about it.
Oh yeah.
So it was a good time. But yeah, that's kind of been my journey with gaming, with streaming, and with juggling all of it. I think when you're in the trenches of diapers and nap times and very, very frequent moments of you don't get to eat hot food, you're eating cold food because you're running around chasing your kid trying to make sure they eat.
Or not eating ever.
Or just not eating. Yeah, that too. I think it's been like this slow progressional thing that like kind of you blink and suddenly my kids are self-sufficient. I'm not having to brush their hair or like remind them to brush their teeth. They just do that. And it's been kind of like this. Yeah, I'm sure you guys have heard it. It's like there's always going to be that last time that you like tie your kid's shoe or you brush their hair or whatever, and you don't remember the last time that you like carry your kid down to go to bed or something, and like that just it happens in like the blink of an eye. So it's those hard things to like accept, but it's also exciting at the same time because my kids are 9, 11, and 13, and so I have the oldest kids in our little group here. I'm also the oldest. I'm so very old and wise.
Oh, stop it. We're all the same age.
No, I'm ancient.
We're months apart.
I'm 2 months
Literally
older than Ebox.
months
So much
apart.
older than I am.
3 months
Oh
older than
gosh,
Cassie.
we're 3 months older than Cassie.
So old. So old. But
It's basically all the 80s without us.
Yeah, the whole 2 months of the 80s, you know, it was a lot of exciting times. But yeah, it's kind of interesting, and we'll talk, I'm sure, quite a bit throughout our podcast, just how different each of our journeys are currently with our kids' ages and kind of the span of what they're into and what the struggles are. My day-to-day struggles more so with my kids now is more of the emotional aspect of things, emotional side of things, of trying to make sure that I think all of our parents probably did the best that they could, some more than others. And it's, you know, just something that that's yeah, we'll
Tune in for a later episode there.
We'll talk about that later. It's fine.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Stay tuned.
you know, but I think the goal of every generation is to do better than the generation before, and to try our hardest to like raise good humans. Like the ultimate goal that I have for my kids is to raise kind kids who think of others and that are content and confident in who they are. I think it's kind of unrealistic to be like, I want my kids to be happy all the time, because that's a pipe dream. They have to, I think, be very much okay with not being happy, and be okay with not being picked first, and be okay with being forgotten on a team and things like that. And I think that teaching your kids to be strong in those hard times is really important, and it's something that I'm finding a lot right now are those deeper conversations with my 13-year-old and the deeper like meaning behind why I'm asking for help in certain ways from my 11-year-old, trying to have these little moments of sweetness so that my son is a considerate human as he gets older. And like we talked about like the maturation program, and that was, oh my gosh, that was
I am
so
not looking forward to that conversation.
I don't want
with my
to
child.
hear it, okay? With a son and the entire school's full of men and their
And
sons,
you're
and
gonna
I
be the
walk
one
in,
that
I'm
has
the
to do
only
it.
mom. I know.
Oh, no.
So I'm the only mom in the room as they're like talking and showing videos, and my son's like, oh geez, you know, and they talk about like the female side of things too, not just the male side of things, but they have both of the discussion. They go in more depth like for the boys, and then they go in more in depth for the girls, like their specific things, but they have broad strokes.
Right.
And he turns to me and he's like, so have have you had like a period? Have you had that? And because they talk about that, and I'm like, yeah, buddy, that's what happens to girls. Like, and your sister has too. And he's like, oh, I feel so bad for her. That seems awful. Every month, like he was like heartsick for her. And I'm like,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
And so that's something that would be really nice. Like if you see that she's having a hard time, she may be having one right now. And so that would be something to be aware of. So like trying to be more empathetic and raising an empathetic little human, I feel like is my goal in life. So
I feel like you
my
have.
struggles is harder than yours in that regard. Well, thank you.
Yeah, I feel like your middle child for sure is like his emotional maturity level is amazing. So
he's far better than I was at his age. Far more mature. So yeah.
Oh, for sure.
It's kind of funny because Ebox's kids are second in closest age to my kids, like the closest in age. And he'll ask, like, did your kids ever do this? I'm like, oh yeah, it was like a year ago they were going through that, you know, like, oh yeah, it was the year before that. We had this struggle last summer or whatever. And Cassie will talk about like, oh man, what did you do for like sleeping, like trying to get your kid to fall asleep? I'm like, oh, I remember those days. Those days were rough. It was a while ago, but
honestly, just the other night when I was like, someone help me.
Yeah. Your cat lurking in the window or in the door, by the way, is my favorite thing right now.
Yeah.
Just over your shoulder.
Oh, they're both right there. Look.
Oh, they're fighting. For sure.
They're still fighting.
Gosh.
It took us a minute to push record because they were fighting.
It was very fun.
So you are a streamer. How long? So your kids are older. How long have you been streaming for? For those that don't know.
Yeah. So I built my PC in 2021. So I chose a really good time to try and find computer parts. 2020 was a freaking gauntlet trying to find processors and it was really like the graphics card that I was having the hardest time getting. Now it's obviously RAM, as everybody's like fighting for RAM. But yes, I built my PC in 2021 and I think I started streaming about a year and a half ish before that. I had been on Twitch prior to that, but I didn't really start streaming until probably 2019, I think is when I started streaming. So, and then I was an affiliate for all of those years until 2024, and I decided to push for partner and don't really recommend. It was hell on earth, I'll be honest. It was very, very difficult mentally. It was really, really hard for me. Normally when I would go live, I wouldn't really look at the numbers. I was just there with my friends and kind of making a little side gig. A lot of people talk about that for their stream is it's just like something to passively make money, doing something you love. And that was something that I had the goal of. I thought that partner would like never happen. And then when it was like this little flicker on the horizon, I was like, well, maybe I could do it, maybe. And then I pushed for it. And I'm glad that I did because that was a bucket list of mine to hit that goal. But if that is ever something someone is wanting to do, just go into that with a lot of caution and warning tape that it is going to be mentally taxing because instead of viewing your community as like there and talking with you, you stress if your internet drops, if someone dips, if you don't get enough raids, and if your numbers go below 75, because that's what the average was for Twitch, and they always change the things. But anyway,
for sure. The amount of stress that you went through to maintain that,
yeah, because you have to have like so many streams per month, so many hours per month. There were a lot of little boxes to check. But yeah, now I just relax and play whatever I want, and I don't care about the numbers because that was my goal. So.
Oh, for sure. And your kids were obviously younger when you started. How did you navigate the parenting as they've gotten older and when you first started?
I think I've gotten better. I definitely had a hard time initially.
Well, your schedule's changed a lot too over the years because when you first started, you only streamed for a couple hours a day, maybe once or twice a week, and now you have a pretty consistent schedule. Have a really good flow. The
initial was tricky because I was having to work around taking my oldest to preschool, and then to preschool. or kindergarten. I think it was maybe kindergarten at that point. And then my son was in preschool, and then my littlest was home taking naps. And so it was just this like, okay, I get the 2 off to school, and then I put your cat just leaping. So I get like the 2 to school, and then I put my youngest down for her nap, and then I knew that if I timed it right and I got all the stars to align, that I'd have like roughly 2.5 hours of time to just me. So that would be the time that I'd go to the store, which I hate, or the time that I would, push through a bunch of laundry or go to lunch, like have a friend come over for lunch because I have a couple neighbors that we talk and have lunch and stuff. Or stream is that when I started to do that too. So that was really hard, and I felt like I couldn't do a full effort there. I'm sure Ebox can relate to that too, where he's at currently with his streaming schedule is I could either do evenings or afternoons between naps. And Ebox's kids are now a little bit past that nap time necessarily. And so it's really kind of that juggling act of like, when can I carve out time just for me that's not going to negatively impact my time with my kids? Because my kids are my number one. They're my job, my every focus. And before I do anything, they are always at the forefront of my mind before big decisions. And I've asked my kids throughout my streaming career, if you will, if they feel impacted, if they feel okay with it and things like that. And I always want to make sure that they know that they're my number one priority. So in my streams, I'll, during the school year, oftentimes have to dip because one of my kids falls off the monkey bars or someone feels sick and I have to come pick them up. And that's ultimately why I'm a stay-at-home mom. Like, that's my job, is them. So streaming really was this perfect fit to that schedule for me. And especially now that they're all in school all day long, now I get a bigger chunk of time that I feel like is a pretty sizable amount of time to stream, like 5 hours in comparison to 2. So yeah,
for sure.
Kind of the difference.
Yeah. All right, we'll end on you with a fun question. What was the very first game you were obsessed with?
I think the very first game that I was obsessed with is Crystalis, without fail, and I have it right here if you would like to see.
Oh yeah.
I think my camera is backwards, but Crystalis, is it backwards for you guys?
No, I can read it.
No.
Oh,
yeah,
that's weird. My camera is backwards. Anyway, Crystalis from the NES. It's kind of like Zelda, but better. It's fabulous. 10 out of 10.
Nice.
And I finally beat it on the Nintendo years later.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're going to go into Ebox. Same thing. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how you navigate gaming and parenting.
Yeah, that's me. So I first got into gaming as a youngster. Like, we grew up with, like, we had all the Nintendo consoles growing up.
That's me.
That's me.
Everybody meet Ebox.
But yeah, we had Nintendo consoles growing up. Like, we never really had any of the mainstream ones. We were always like, I shouldn't say mainstream because Nintendo is mainstream, but like the most recent generation of Nintendos. We were always like a generation behind, just because of like finances. So like, we had an NES growing up, and then Super Nintendo, and then I moved into N64, which I played until it's that N64 on the shelf. That's like my actual childhood N64. I played that until probably like consistently until like 6 years ago, like playing Super Smash Bros. Or Mario Kart, Diddy Kong Racing, like going back to those games. Yeah. It was a great time. And
all of those games.
Yeah. Super Smash is the one that I got good at, but not when I was younger.
And Super Smash. It would be fun to play Ebox and Super Smash.
I got good at it when I was like college aged. And I was way better than my like little friend group. And me and my friend Danny, we would go like head to head and like trade games pretty often. But we actually entered a couple of Super Smash Bros. Tournaments. So if you ever think you're good at something, like just enter in like a tournament where professionals are playing. Because like at the time, it was like the number 2 player in the world was at this tournament. And I lost to the guy that like he beat in the finals. and like I didn't even kill the guy that beat me, and then the guy that won the tournament won without that guy taking any of his lives away, and it was just like, I'm not very good at this.
Destroyed everybody.
Yeah, it's like I thought I was good at this, but I'm not very good at this.
I can only beat
Guarantee-
children at a gaming convention.
I guarantee you're better than me.
So yeah, that's mostly what I played. My favorite game growing up was Super Metroid, which is that poster, which you can't really see from here because it's blurred out. But it's like a Metroidvania is like a style of game that like are all based on how Metroid was, and it's just that was my probably like similar to Crystallis for you. Like that's the game that like I would always go back to, and I still play through that game like once a year. Like I'll just sit down and play it, and it's so fun. I have
Is
like
the music
a
like
great time every
so?
time.
Is the music like nostalgic to your soul?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
that's
certain boss
Crystallis.
fights when they start every single time, it's like,
Yeah.
man, I like this feels like the first time again.
Yeah.
It's like so good. Yeah, it's so good. And I was a pretty big nerd when I was younger, and I would actually like.
Wait a second. You haven't. You're not.
I'm
a nerd
still
now.
a nerd. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
It's like, wait a second.
But what I'm about to tell you is very nerdy, so just prepare
Okay.
yourself.
Let me turn my ears up. It's like,
Yep.
I still
Those
have.
people in the back.
I still have it somewhere, but I have like the original packaging and like the manual for Super Metroid, and the original thing had like a glossary of some of the monsters. And as a kid, like I also enjoyed Pokemon growing up, and so I made my own little trading cards of like the monsters from Super Metroid. Like I sat down and drew them all out, and had like this like big like notebook of stuff from Super Metroid. And I remember having so much fun like as a kid, like just imagining like their attacks and what they were going to do and stuff. But yeah, that was like that's kind of a little bit of a history from early Ebox. And then I worked at a camp for like 5 years, and gaming kind of took a hiatus during that time, just because we were in the middle of the woods and there wasn't internet in 2012 back then at the camp. We did play a lot of Super Smash Bros. Still then. That was like when I got really good at it, because that was like we would go do our work.
because you're beating kids.
No, not. That's a terrible sentence out of context.
in a game.
You're beating kids.
Okay, you're next, buddy.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Come on,
No,
guys.
the
Come
staff
on, Cat,
members.
I'm going to destroy you in Super Smash Bros.
The staff members who worked at the camp full time, we lived in what they called the guy's house, which was like this disgusting pit of a house.
Guy's house sounds.
But there
about
were like
it.
8 of us that lived there, and it was like a 4-bedroom house, and there were just like bunks in the basement. But we would go to work, we would do all of our jobs, and we would all come home exhausted at the end of the day, and then we'd play Super Smash Bros. Until like 2 a.m, and then we'd rinse and repeat. And we just did that for like the 4 years that I worked there, you know? It was great. And then I started computer gaming probably in 2017. I played PUBG. That was like the game that I played on the PC. Like that was my first FPS game that I really played. I never was really
That
into
is
the Call
not
of Duties. No, PUBG was not easy to learn, and I was terrible at it. I had a great time playing it, but I was so bad.
Player. Yeah.
Player Unknown, Player Unknown's Battlegrounds. So Player Unknown is like the developer of the
I
game.
remember.
Yeah.
No, it was like one of the first like battle royale games that came out that kind of like inspired like Fortnite and Apex.
Yeah.
And
It's like
all
a
of
very
those.
military approach to Fortnite. Like
Yeah,
like if
yeah.
COD were Fortnite, it would be that. Because you
Yeah.
have different guns, you have to like
okay.
get attachments for,
Interesting.
kind of like a Tarkov type, but it's like a
Yeah.
Isn't it
So
shrink?
like the original version of
The
all
circle
those
shrinks,
things.
yeah. So there's like a big circle, and then it like
Yeah.
shrinks down, and you fight while the storm's
Okay.
pushing in.
Sounds like a fun game.
And
but
then
the-
if you win, you get a thing that says winner winner chicken dinner.
Chicken dinner, yep.
That's kind of what got like popular too.
It is. It got popular, which is funny to me because there's like no actual celebration that really happens. Like you just win, and then that screen pops up that says "winner, winner, chicken dinner," and that's like I guess I did it.
Did you ever
but-
win?
Oh yeah, me and my buddy Dean. We would play it pretty often, and we had not a ton of wins, but like we would win sometimes. We would play duos against other duos, and but some of those fights in that game were crazy, and the gunplay in that game was so good. Like that's what like kept me coming back to it. Is like you actually had to control the recoil, so it was like in Hunt, obviously there's recoil and stuff, but the guns don't really shoot fast enough that it matters. But like
Yeah.
in PUBG, like there were spray patterns, and then the attachments made the spray patterns like lesser or whatever. But you actually had to like pull down on your mouse. So like if you wanted to shoot automatic, you had to like the gun would just keep going higher and higher and higher unless you like actively like tried to stop the recoil from happening. So it made it feel just like a very realistic.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the cat.
This will be a constant, I think, with our
This is going to be a
podcast.
constant thing. She's
Heavy
going to
snoring,
be the
cats
life
jumping
of
on the screen.
podcast. Yeah, she will eventually jump on my back. So
this time of night, Cassie's cat likes to
Hemi's
pester.
pissed too. He just
He's exhausted, but Cassie's cat likes to beat her up because they're not in bed. And
she's mad right now. She's telling me.
We just see a tail curling off to the side.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
No, you're fine.
She's laying down.
But yeah, then
Let me move the bowl. Go ahead. Just
after getting into computer gaming, like that's kind of when I found Twitch, because like I would play PUBG, and then I started watching a streamer named Choco Taco, he's like super chill and super good at the game, and he was just like, it was at the time where I was like, I want to get better at this game, and so I'm going to try to emulate what this guy does because he's very good at it. And that was kind of like my existence on Twitch for like a long time. I didn't really chat. I just like would open streams up while I was working or whatever and just like watch people for like tips and tricks on how to get better at games and stuff. And it wasn't until much later, probably like 2022, that I really started like actively chatting in people's streams, but not even a ton at that point. Still, it was kind of just like I would pop in and say hey and then pop back out. But that's 2022 is around the time I found Hunt Showdown, and then I started playing it like a little bit more with my friend group, and then my friends didn't really enjoy it because they were on the Tarkov train and they liked the more intense style of Tarkov, and Tarkov made me like anxious where I felt like I needed to smoke after every time I played it, like to the point where I would like.
And do you smoke normally, Ebox? Are you a smoker? Okay, no. Just wanting to clarify for people who don't already know.
No, I have asthma. It would probably kill me if I did that regularly.
Oh no.
But so like in Hunt, as you guys know, like you get to spectate your teammates after they die. In Tarkov, like it's like information and seeing things is like such a big deal that like when you're dead, you go back to the lobby. And so there were a lot of times where my buddy Dean would be like in a fight and he's like actively calling for my help, and I'm like shitting my pants in a corner where I was like, these people are scary, I'm not poking my head out there, you know? And then he would die and I would be like, oh no, they're getting me, as I'm pulling a pin out of a grenade because I just didn't want to be in the round by myself, you know? Just kill myself and be like, man, they got me. But yeah, I played it because like
you'll never know.
I wanted to hang out with my friends, you know, and so that's what they were playing. Because I've always been a social gamer, like in my like older years, like more recent years, I should say. Yeah, because I'm so old, but not as old as you pointed out earlier. Yeah.
Ancient.
Jesus.
No, I'm not quite.
Yeah, not quite that old. But yeah, and then I started streaming like initially it was around that time, 2022 probably, but it was impossible because at the time my office was upstairs in like a landing room before like where our kids' bedrooms are upstairs, and so it was like I couldn't be myself. It was like I just had to like sit there quietly and play games, and it was hard to chat or be excited if something cool happened. And so I only streamed
wake them up during nap time and stuff.
Yep. Well, bedtime because I was
bedtime
working during the day.
Sure.
Yep. So fast forward like a couple years after that, when I met you in that randoms game, you know, because that's how like we officially, that's not the word I was looking, initially, that's what I was looking for. That's how we initially met. And then I started popping into your streams, and it was like, you know, hearing that you had kids, and it's like, she's like making it work, like she's streaming. And so like, you know, we started playing games, and then, you know, just through chatting and stuff, you were like very helpful in getting set up and finding like, you know, I remember you telling me like, just carve out a couple of hours that like work for you and like stick with it, you know? And so that kind of became my Tuesday and Thursday night streams, you know, for 3 to 4 hours typically, because the kids are sleeping, and, You know, my wife's doing her own thing, watching whatever shows that she does in her free time to kind of unwind. And so yeah, it was good.
I've got to say
just,
though, also, I don't play randoms very much at all in Hunt because it stresses me out. It makes me super anxious.
Same. Yep.
So the fact that I chose to play randoms that day and that you chose to play randoms that day, and that not only did we end up being partners in that round, but then we gelled and we played well together, and then ended up finding my stream from that. Like, it's those little tiny blips in timelines. It's like, man, these are friends you're meant to have, you know, like it's, we wouldn't have otherwise met ever.
Yeah. I was chatting with,
look at us now.
I was chatting with our friend Sean earlier today, and he was, gosh, what did he say? We were talking about solos and like streaming solo versus streaming randoms. And I was like, I would stream solos over randoms in a heartbeat. Cause like, I don't want to deal with like what other random people are going to say. You have no control over that, you know? And then he actually said the message basically about what you said. He's like, yeah, but if you never played randoms, then like you and I wouldn't be friends right now. And I was like, that's true. Cause like, I wouldn't have met Astra, and if I don't meet Astra, then I don't meet Sean. And there's just like this domino of like this friend group that I have now, which is really cool. So that was kind of like a fun like connection to make. It's like, yeah, you're absolutely right.
It's good to put yourself out there.
Yeah,
it's scary, but it's a good thing.
And that's what I told him. I was like, the funniest thing is, it's like I can probably count on one hand how many times I've played randoms in Hunt Showdown.
Same.
You know.
Yeah.
Like maybe 7 total, but probably less, probably more like 5, you know?
One hand? How many fingers do you have on one hand?
You don't know everything about me. You've never actually never seen my hands.
Oh, God.
Okay. You killed Inigo Montoya's father.
I was saying maybe on one hand. I was saying 7 might be the maximum, you know, that I've ever played. But it's less likely. What am I trying to say right now? It's likely 5 or under. That's all I'm trying to say.
Sure,
You know?
that's fine. Yeah,
This
not
is how
common.
most of my conversations.
It's not a common occurrence.
See?
You can't wait. You can't.
There you go.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was a lot of nonsense. You're welcome, everybody.
It was wonderful.
You're not done.
It's great.
Whoa. You're not done. You talked about gaming. Okay, you have 3 littles.
I do.
How do you navigate your gaming? And you talked about it a little bit, but
yeah,
you kind of have a way different schedule than because her situation's different.
Yeah, right. So I work full time during the day, and so then that made like streaming hours more accessible during nighttime hours for me, obviously. And the honest answer to that question is I didn't navigate it very well initially, if I'm being completely honest. Because like growing up, part of what I didn't mention about like my youth was like gaming was like an escape from reality for me because I didn't have a great childhood. And so that kind of carried over obviously into my like adult years. And so sometimes in the evenings I would lean pretty hard into games and stuff, you know? So like when I first started streaming, it was like, balancing time with my wife and then making sure kids were in bed at first. Like I always help with bedtime and that stuff to make sure the kids are like settled and in bed before I start streaming. But the issue came with like I would stream, but then I was still gaming like other nights of the week initially, you know? And so the balance wasn't so much for me with like my kids because like my wife is also a stay-at-home wife, and so she's with the kids all day. And then I would get off work and we would do, you know, dinner, whatever games or activities we were up to for the night. And then, you know, we would do bedtime together. So, so for the kids part of it, it's like I was present as much as I could be given my workload, my job, you know. But then in the evenings, what I didn't balance well, like early on was, you know, making sure I was spending good time with Chelsea as well. My wife's name is Chelsea. And so that's just like the brutally honest answer from there. But through like a lot of communication and conversations about that, like she knows that it's like a passion of mine. It's something I really enjoy doing. But it was also just like, we're married, we're a unit. We also have to like have conversations with each other and spend time together. And so part of that has been bringing her into like the world of games to hang out with my online friends and to chill and just playing games with her like offline sometimes as well. And then a lot of times it just ends up us vegging out together in bed and watching like TV shows or whatever we're going through. So
Praise be.
yeah, praise be. The Handmaid's Tale is one of them, and then the Testaments for sure.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. Yeah, it's a show about the Testaments. Yeah,
It is nuts.
yeah,
Just FYI. Anybody that hasn't started it,
it's very good.
watch it. You have to finish
But the
it,
balance
so.
has gotten better. I'll say, like overall with Chelsea and just life in general. I think too. As somebody who deals with like mental health stuff, like I didn't realize how bad my anxiety was until like I realized how bad it was. I don't know how else to say that other than to say it like that, you know. And getting on the right medications and like being able to like compartmentalize like this is the actual issue that's like stressing me out and not funneling it down into like online friendships and like what's going on with like, you know, stuff in our community. It's like this is the actual thing that like is concerning me. Like how do I handle these feelings as opposed to like just dribbling down into other situations where it doesn't need to be, you know.
I think that's such a human thing though to do, is when you have a big feeling and sometimes like you react and you realize, you can cognitively realize that this is not the problem, but I'm reacting because of this other underlying thing. But anxiety and depression is not very logical. And so when you're feeling big moments of anxiety, someone's like, well, just calm down. It's like, you don't get it. Like for me, grocery stores are very anxiety inducing. And I can logically sit here and think, those are not bad places. I know I'm not going to die if I walk in there. But as soon as I walk into a grocery store, my brain says, just kidding, you're going to die. And so you don't really react rationally in a lot of ways. And so you do have to give yourself some grace, though, in navigating that. And when you say you didn't know how bad it was until you knew how bad it was, that's part of anxiety, is it's very hard to know until you know. And until other people maybe also comment about it, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So kind of got down a little rabbit hole there, but like
that's what we do.
That's what we do. Yeah. So, but yeah,
this
the balance
could be the podcast, the rabbit hole podcast.
Yeah, the rabbit hole podcast. Yeah, for sure. We never know which hole we're jumping in today, but well, you know, I said jumping. I didn't say pumping. What did you think I said? Is it that bad?
Lord. Bye, Mandy. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yep.
All right.
And
scene.
And scene. We're not going to talk about me. We're going to end it there.
Stop it. We are absolutely getting to you.
Absolutely.
You are not getting out of this.
No.
Ebox, to wrap up your a fun question for you. What would you say your current parenting boss battle is?
Oh gosh.
Ooh, that's a great question.
You said a fun question. Current parenting boss battle right now is our oldest. So we do have 3 kids. I never actually said their ages, but we have an 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 3-year-old. So life is very busy at that age. They're at that age where they're starting to be able to do things for themselves, which is great. But it's also terrifying because they're at their age where they can start doing things by themselves. And so it's that, that is kind of the boss battle right now. He needs to have control in like every situation. And we try to give him like choices because Astra, you've mentioned that before. And I thought that was a great piece of advice to like give them some autonomy in like their day-to-day lives.
Yeah, like which vegetable do you want with dinner? Do you want broccoli or do you want carrots? You're still basically forcing a healthy option, but they get to have that control.
The issue with Oliver that we're having is we'll give him those choices and he'll make a pick, and then you give him whatever thing he asked for and he's still mad. He's still upset. He's like, he's not satisfied. So like the other day, Chelsea was making lunch and he said he wanted ramen and he wanted an egg in it. And then he loves teriyaki
fancy
sauce.
Ramen.
So Chelsea made him the ramen, and then she made him the egg, and then she put the teriyaki sauce in it. And he was like, "I'm not eating that." And she was like, "It's literally what you asked for. What do you mean you're not eating it?" And he's like, "You cooked the egg wrong, and that's the teriyaki with the sesame seeds, and I don't like that teriyaki." It's It's like, doesn't all teriyaki have sesame seeds in it? Like, it's like,
oh no,
it's so frustrating right now. So that's an example with him.
Oh, perfect. That's a good bass bottle.
It is a good bass bottle. Bass bottle? You said it, and then I couldn't not say the right thing.
I'm sorry.
Boss
Battle.
What a bass bottle.
Oh my gosh.
Sounds like a weird fishing accessory.
Boss battle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what we're known
man.
for.
Oh,
is messing
my
up words.
Yeah.
We
And,
are.
you know?
Yeah.
And then
So
Cassie
overall,
tries
that's
to
kind
keep
of
us
our
on track.
yeah. It's the control stuff. You know, it's like
Sure.
they want a funny little story about Winston to wrap up, and then we can move over to Cassie. But so again, that the terrifying thing I was saying is like where they're old enough to kind of do stuff for themselves. But that's also terrifying. So Winston is now big enough to crawl out of his crib, and so sometimes he wakes up before everybody else in the house.
Oh yeah.
At like 6 a.m. or earlier, even, you know. And
Oh, yeah.
one morning
doing.
he woke up and he was like, he comes in the bedroom and it's like 6:30, and he like wakes. I don't remember if it was me or Chelsea, but he's just like, "Hey, I made waffles," and we're like,
What?
Hold on, what?" He's like, "Yeah, I made waffles." I was like, "What do you mean you made waffles?" We went to the kitchen.
Mean?
He went into the freezer, and we sometimes buy like frozen Eggo waffles. Put the whole damn box in the toaster oven, and the toaster oven was on.
Yeah,
like,
buddy. That's so
I should
smart,
preface
though.
this.
Did he start it?
He took the waffles out of the box. So, like,
Okay.
when I say the whole box of waffles, I mean every single waffle in the box.
Okay, but he
Stacked
didn't
them
put
on the
plastic
tray.
and the cardboard.
No, not plastic and cardboard.
Okay. You wouldn't have a house anymore if he did.
No, we wouldn't have a house. Well, we almost didn't because he stacked them on top of each other. And so, like, the top waffle was touching the burning element. So, like, I go in the kitchen and the toaster oven's, like, pouring out smoke. And the waffle on the top is just, like, black. And I was like, I've been awake for 2 minutes at this point, and, like, I'm making waffles, you know?
This when you go back to bed because the day is already as bad as it's going to be.
You do one of these, and it's like,
I'm making waffles.
That's the dream, right? And, you know, you go back to bed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So that would be our biggest battle, just the control thing. Like, they want to start doing things, but they don't quite have like they don't quite have the logic centers, you know, to really do those things. So,
well, Cassie, tell us about yourself. Tell us about your path to gaming, your history with it, who you are, and your little human.
Boy, well, I'm Cassie. Growing up, I started actually on a Sega. And the game, I can't remember the name of the game, but it was like some dolphin game. And the only way I can describe it is playing like Super Mario, where the dolphin, like Mario, you're running, you know, through the course and you have to like clear obstacles. Well, the dolphin also has to do that. Like, it has to like jump rocks and stuff. I cannot remember for the life of me. I'll have to text my...
We'll chat GPT that.
Ex-stepdad and ask him what game it was. So we started on a Sega, and then we were a PlayStation family. So I had every PlayStation when it came out, all the games.
That is polar opposite of my upbringing. By the way, I had a Nintendo and NES until the Xbox came out. Sorry, continue. It was just so funny.
Yeah, so we were a PlayStation family. I do remember playing with my brother Zach. We played a game. It was a PC game growing up, and it was called Phantasmagoria. Look that up. It was a horror game, and I was like 7 or 8 playing this game, and it's pretty scary. It's like you're walking through a mansion and there's a creepy creature and you're trying to like do these different tasks, and obviously there's jump scares, and look that game up and we should play it if it's still, like Phantasmagoria. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's the name of it. But we played that a lot, like and we would play it like anytime the parents went out of town or anything like that. And then PlayStation games, Brant was a big fan of all racing games, so we would do that with him. And then Zach was like the Zelda side or like one player games, so we could never play. He liked to hog the gaming consoles, and then we would play Grand Theft Auto.
When he
all
would
the
play the
time.
solo games, would you just sit and watch, or would you like go do something else?
Sometimes. I mean, I'm also an athlete, so growing up I played basketball, and that was my life. So I'm definitely more on the side of like a part-time gaming person. It sounds like I played a ton, but I really didn't. Like, I would just sit for hours and play games. I get bored with them. So sometimes I would more watch the racing games because Brant was very good at them. And then we would take turns playing Grand Theft Auto and like trying to complete missions. And I was like, how did our parents ever let us own this game?
Yeah.
And then
They didn't have Google, so they had no idea.
Right.
They couldn't look it up.
Yeah.
That's why.
I mean, there's a lot of like movies and stuff, and I was like,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Like when Blair Witch Project came out. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We rented that when
Yes.
my parents went out of town with my stepdad's mom, who's old, and was like, yeah, it's fine. And I'm pretty sure it was PG-13 at the time. It was fun. Good times. And then, so we did get Nintendo and would play Super Smash Brothers. And that was the game all of us we had to buy extra controllers for sure.
Hello, cat butt.
Cat break. This is my unofficial sponsor. We're taking a cat break. Sponsored by Get Your Ass Out of My Face.
This is when she's gonna non-stop bother
She's
Cassie
gonna get on my
because
back
it's
here
officially
shortly, so
bedtime.
if anybody wants to see.
Yep.
Yep, crawling up the
circus
back
is in
as
town.
we speak. But Super Smash Bros. Was definitely the game that controllers were thrown and we had to pay for new ones. I'm surprised we never broke a TV, but we were all very good at it growing up. I always picked Captain Falcon, so you'll hear me
Falcon
randomly say,
punch.
yeah, that or show me your moves.
Cassie and I played that game at sleepovers at your house till way too late, and I lost on repeat every single round. I would be like, Cassie, you can't play Falcon, but you got to do somebody else. And she's like, fine. Then she'd play freaking Kirby and destroy me. Didn't matter the character. She could play the worst character.
And be like, okay.
Yeah.
I would just swallow her character. She'd be Samus, usually.
Yep. Because Samus had
I'd be,
little
like,
bombs,
walking.
and I'd just be a little ball and like poop out the little bombs, and then attempt to blow her up. And
then I would just swallow her and like use her moves back at her. So
she's impossible.
I definitely made a lot of people mad with that game. So in high school, that's probably what I played. But I also played basketball in high school, and that kind of consumed my life. But I did meet Astra.
You
And
call me
I
Mandy,
have known
too.
each other. I know. That's why you'll hear me call her Mandy, because that's how I've known her for the last 20 years. We met each other our junior year of high school. And Mandy has drugged me to some gaming cons, and I definitely destroyed children playing Super Smash Brothers. So
Just had to flex on him a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
a little,
Where Cassie did
they
to
didn't
those
think they
kids
could
what
beat me.
happened
They
to
were like,
Ebox.
oh, no way, you're a girl.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely not. And
Yep.
no. And then into my adulthood, I didn't really game. I went to school and we worked, and I wasn't really a big gamer until recently. Became a single mom, recently divorced. I will be, my 1 year divorce anniversary is on the 25th. So probably after this episode comes out. Anyways, so raising a cute little 3-year-old as a single parent, and navigating parenthood all alone is challenging. So I only play games when I don't have her. So she just recently started preschool. and that's been quite the navigation. Just recently got into PC gaming. In fact, Ebox, when I met you, was streaming with Mandy, and I think I had jumped in as like a third, like later on into the stream, and then we stayed on after, and that's kind of when I told you a little bit about my story. But since then, Ebox and I have become really good friends and have talked pretty consistently for like the last year. Yeah, like the last year now. But that was like the second time ever I had played Hunt Showdown.
Yeah.
So,
and she's amazing. She's doing great.
Yeah.
And recently I really disliked the game. It is a very difficult game, and I have just recently learned from the same friend Sean that PC gaming as Hunt, like with Hunt Showdown, is actually very difficult.
It's a wild first game to start with.
It is.
Yeah, and that's like the
like mouse and
literally
keyboard
the first game. Like yes, I've played Faz and Demonologist and DRG, but not nearly as much as I played Hunt, and it's so hard. It's such a hard game. It's super fun. I enjoy
technical game.
Yeah,
so much more now, and like being able to play with the both of you has really helped that. And I just follow your little blue outlines around, and I never look at the map or anything. And
that's okay.
When you're like, yeah, he's over here, and I'm like, where's there?
You are already hearing it before I even call it out. You're like, I hear somebody on our left. Do you hear that? And I'm like, yeah, I do.
To the southwest.
Birds in the sky. They're coming for us.
Yeah. So, but I've definitely got.
Do you dream about Hunt? Have you had Hunt Showdown dreams?
I have not had a Hunt Showdown dream yet.
I had one last night.
Can't say
that's why I asked.
That does not surprise me at all with the new events that came out today or yesterday. Today.
I have Hunt dreams pretty regularly.
Yeah.
Sometimes Dolly Parton.
You don't say Dolly Parton.
Still don't get that.
Oh
my
gosh.
It had to have been my wife's bedtime. My wife has a bedtime shirt with Dolly Parton on it, so that had to have been where that came from.
So that was like what you thought of before you went to bed. Yeah, I do like the games I like now. I would play like Assassin's Creed. I've looked into the 007 game that just came out because that looks fun. Because I was obsessed with that game. I did have an N64, so I did play that quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I still have it. I just need to get controllers for it, so I could display it like Ebox has his.
Mine's
so
up
I do
here,
like
but nobody gets to see
those
it.
games. Every once in a while, I'll play like MLB The Show or what's the basketball one or the NFL one, just for funsies because I like sports.
What?
My background is sports, not games. Yeah, that's the gist of me.
What parenting advice bothers you? Because obviously now being a single mother, there's probably a lot of people's input that happens and a lot of people's opinions. What is something that's like grating to you that pisses you off?
I wouldn't say it's what the advice is, it's who the advice comes from.
That's valid though.
Okay, that's fair.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
My ex-wife likes to tell me how to parent very often. It's less now, but I would say hearing parenting advice from her, and it's not even advice, it's like telling me what to do. I don't really get advice often. Trying to think of what like the last advice is. I don't really get advice from other people. It's more of telling me how to parent. So I hate when people do that, like telling me that my way is wrong, and I'm like, well, she's my child. Like I know her better than you. So, or if I like, the one thing that drives me crazy is if I tell my child to do something and then 10 seconds later, someone else tells her something different. That drives me crazy. Grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's it. But yeah, I that's mostly what I deal with is people telling me how to parent, not necessarily giving advice.
That's fair.
So,
And
Yeah.
but
that makes
and we
sense.
can get into that, and you know,
Yeah.
if you want
Just a little
to know
teaser
more
for the
about that
future.
story,
Yeah.
a little teaser for a future.
I think we've all had little teasers in our
episode.
intro about things we can
Oh,
talk
Yeah.
about.
absolutely, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Did I give any teasers? I don't think I did.
Yeah, a little. I feel like you just had to tune in, for sure. Let's see. There's things popping up. We do have a unofficial sponsor, Ebox. Do you want to talk about your unofficial sponsor from Icy Hot there?
No.
You don't?
I think that's Astra's job.
Oh,
Our
I'm not the one
unofficial
who's
sponsor
injured by
is-
them.
Yeah,
Ebox's
so,
unofficial sponsor is Icy Hot. He uses Icy Hot patches for when he slips on his kid's diaper and throws his back out.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yep,
Absolutely.
that happened.
Yep.
That happened.
It did.
So
Icy hot with some Bengay. Just make a little pain cocktail on the back. It's great.
oh my goodness.
Oh
Crush up some ibuprofen.
no. Having a great night.
Ibuprofen is definitely my unofficial sponsor this week for sure. Working on this freaking house that I'm moving into, and it's who puts pizza crust at the top of a closet shelf?
No, that's
Probably
that's
the
that's
mice.
The,
No. Did you say
we caught two of
mice?
those. Yeah, there's mice also. Yeah, we caught
Which
two
makes-
of them. Yeah.
Makes sense given the pizza crust. Yeah.
No.
But the mice can't even reach it.
Yes, they
Yeah.
can. Yes, they
Mice
can.
can get everywhere.
Mice
Yeah,
crawl
that's
up
true.
all up slick walls. Yeah. I would say my unofficial sponsor of the week is probably The Office. It may be my unofficial sponsor every single week because I
Every
feel
week.
like I watch The Office. That is my go-to, turn my brain off, disassociate. What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
But that's kind of my go-to to turn my brain off, or if I'm feeling overwhelmed about stuff. It's just like my comfort show. So yeah,
It is.
that's fine.
I hate to say this, but I've actually never watched The Office.
Oh no.
Both of you are looking at me like, are you shitting me?
Okay.
Never? Yeah, I'm sorry. I just
That's
disappointed
okay.
my squad mates here.
That's okay.
All right, should we get into our next segment of our podcast? So every week we are going to find a clip of all of us, one of us, two of us, whoever it is, clip of the week. We'll play it, talk about it, and we'll also listen to Hemi snoring in the background.
I was gonna say,
So-
Hemi
No, he is
sawing
really
logs.
sawing logs. Hey, honey, can you shut up?
if you follow
Can't do it,
Astra
Mom.
on Twitch, you can also hear this during stream. But I will get this going.
That was such an
Switch this
annoyed look.
over.
Oh,
Share.
He's over it.
So we have two clips this week. Which clip would you
Just-
like me to play first? Just play one of them?
The fiery one.
The fiery
Yeah.
one? Okay, so
Yeah.
this is a pretty funny
This
clip.
is to
We'll talk
show
about
your-
what happened after. Obviously, if you want to see the clip, you can watch it on YouTube. But here we go.
Do you mind if I switch guns, Peter? Is that against the code of conduct? Oh, what the hell is that for? Hard. Yes. Do you not see my icon?
So funny every time.
Switch weapons with him. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I was like, I have a firebomb. I should burn one of these.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
So I was playing with
so
Ebox.
good.
And
Uh-huh.
I had a round where I was told to, oh my gosh, Hemi, please cover yourself, my guy. I was
PG
told,
podcast. It's a,
jeez,
Is it?
I don't, clearly
It's
not
not a
anymore.
PG
I had a random redeem loadout to bring in guns. And so I was trying to swap weapons with a dead person that Ebox had just murdered like a whole squad. And so I went in there to go and switch it out. And Ebox apparently didn't see the outline of my friendly, teammate. And I'm in there and I'm waiting to hear from what Peter says in my stream. And then just suddenly my world's on fire. So
yeah, it's great. I was just trying to burn the bodies. I just got an extra one on accident.
It was incredibly funny because I literally just said, I just follow your like little blue outlines around. And I was staring at Mandy in the thing, and then Ebox started running away, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go follow him, like on to the next thing. And he throws the fire in there, and I was like, oh.
I swear I thought I saw a blue outline in front of us in the prison. So when I turned around, I didn't think anybody was back there. It just
you just threw burn the body in there. I was like, all right, well, see you later.
Yep. So we go from that lack of communication and total chaos to then the next clip has no communication, but it is perfect.
It is great. Oh. All right. Mm-hmm.
He's like right on the other side of the wall here. I stuck him.
Nicely done, Ebox.
Thank you. Nice. Hell yeah.
Oh, let's go.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Oh, it's so good.
That does a good one.
If you don't play Hunt, you may not know the flow of that. But that was in Hunt Showdown. There's only 2 or 3 people on a team at the most, 3. And so Ebox and I were duoing, and he got one and I got one. It was perfect.
That was great.
That's definitely how you guys game. There's either lots of communication or 0, and it's so funny. Mm-hmm. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the next segment is going to be, we're going to talk about our parenting win of the week and our parenting fail of the week. So who wants to be the first one? Should I go first since I went last?
Yeah, you go first.
If you ain't first, you're last. Oh gosh, I gotta think of a parenting win. I can talk about my parenting fail. So my little has been in preschool for a little while. Obviously, the little teaser of co-parenting is difficult is in there. Oh my gosh, Emmy.
I know.
He just stretched.
Flopping himself. I know.
I mean, my cat's like right here. Anyways, so on Mondays I pick her up. Over the weekend, the other co-parent had her. I pick her up. It's 90 degrees where we are, and my child is in sweats. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like black sweatpants and a gray sweatshirt. And I'm like, what are you doing? And her face is beet red. Like, she is way too hot. So I'm like, okay. So I make her take off her sweatshirt in the car. On the way home, she's super fussy, very irritable. Like, I was like, I love you. And she just burst into tears and was like, no, you don't. I love you. Sorry, did that wake you up? Was so mad. And I was like, okay, we're going to do an easy dinner. What you love. I'm going to friggin' stop and get you McDonald's chicken nuggets and chocolate milk. She definitely devoured that. Didn't really drink that much. It was Ebox's birthday, so tried to put her down earlier. She struggled going down. Finally fell asleep. We go to play games. And she like wakes up one time and is just fussy, just needed a drink. And then went down, and then what was it, like 10 minutes later, I was like, okay, hold on, I gotta go. And then I walk in there and she goes, no, I threw up. And there was throw up everywhere. And I was like, what's going on? So
it's so bad, especially in their bed. It's gonna be in her hair all over the place.
She did. So the nice thing about it, so I have her sleep with, there's a comforter on her bed. She doesn't use it. And then she has We call them Minky blankets. I don't know if you know what those are, but Mandy will know what those are. Yeah.
It's a Utah
It's a very
brand.
nice blanket.
Oh, we didn't talk about where we're from. I just realized.
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
You'll never know.
Well, never know. It'll come out eventually.
Well, I guess we'll never know.
If you look up Minky, you'll know exactly where we're from. She only threw up on that blanket, so she didn't throw up on her pillows. It was like all confined, and the blanket's pretty thick, so it didn't soak through. So I literally like rolled up the blanket, threw it in the laundry immediately, grabbed her, changed her, like washed her hands because she had like tried to catch it, and then was like, I don't know. She says, I have a headache. My stomach hurts. I could tell. She said she was cold and she was super itchy. And I was like, those are such random symptoms. Like, what could possibly be causing that? So, of course, I'm like, okay, ChatGPT, like, tell me a little bit what's going on. And so I kind of explained the situation. She was in sweats because I was thinking, like, she's probably dehydrated. So... definitely dehydrated. She drank an entire water bottle and then fell back asleep. She ended up getting to sleep in mom's bed, which is a big no-no in my house. But when you're sick and just threw up she could have gone back into her bed, but I felt bad. So anyway, she went back to sleep. She slept okay, but she got to sleep in, so we were late to preschool. She woke up and said she did not want to go to preschool initially. And then I had just gotten back from a vacation and could not for the life of me find a little stuffy that I bought her. And I was like, where did it go? For whatever reason, Bryce was jumping on my bed and then got off and like looked under my, she's like, look, Mom, I found what you got me. And I was like, did you really? And so I looked under my bed and that was her little stuffed pig that I got her, and she's like, I have to go to preschool now, I have to take it. And I was like, are you sure? Like, do you have a headache? Does your stomach hurt? And I probably asked her 20 different times. She said no, she felt fine. And I like made sure I didn't like, I normally give her chocolate milk in the mornings to like give her some protein and whatnot. I just let her eat whatever, and I made her drink water. I didn't let her have milk. And we went to preschool, and not even an hour after I dropped her off, I get a message from her preschool that she had fallen and smacked her cheek on like a wooden set of stairs. So now she has a black eye. Well, kind of a black eye. It's like bruising underneath her eye, and then like a big old like scrape. My cat's gonna knock over my camera. On her. So wasn't like I failed at parenting, but it was definitely like, as a solo parent, I definitely panicked the night that she threw up. So I was like, what the hell? Like, these symptoms are weird. I've never had to deal with that. I gave her like children's ibuprofen to help with her headache, and that definitely helped. And then I gave her children's ibuprofen the next night for her cheek. So good times. Parenting, I've only had Bryce for 2 days this week, so I don't really have a parenting win yet. I
think you do.
This week?
Her parenting win is that she wanted to go to preschool.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Yeah, that's true. Because she hasn't liked preschool.
Been kind of hard.
Yeah, she really loves her
brand new
teacher.
to her. Yeah.
And her teacher's really great. So
yeah, I think that's a big win. Any type of positivity to something that's new, that's hard, that she's needing to get used to, and having your cat battling something behind you.
I don't know. Did you hear that noise?
Yeah.
It was loud. Sorry.
Okay, it's okay. But I think that's
I can't see a win. Anything. Yeah. I mean, yeah, her going to preschool and being willing to walk in there now versus like the first, I don't even know what month. So, yeah, she's fun.
Yeah. All right, Ebox, batter up.
Batter up. It's
Oh, boy.
me. Um,
Oh,
um,
boy.
start with the loss, right? Because you end on a win.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
I think parenting loss this week for me, I get audio overload, which like you guys will think is funny because you play games with me and it happens in video games and it's
I get
hilarious
so
when it happens.
overstimulated all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do. You both do, for sure.
Unfortunately, that also happens in real life for me. And so it was really loud. I think this was earlier tonight, actually. We were trying to play we have one of the Next boxes, which I think I've told you guys about before, but it's like this box video game thing that it comes with 200 some games on it or whatever. And the games are very fun. Like we were playing a Cookie Monster game earlier where you had to sort the cookies and you can play with up to 4 people and you have to do different body motions to make the level move in different ways to get the cookies to the right boxes. And it's very fun. So we were doing that for a bit, but then Winston wanted to play. So I stepped out so Winston could play with the family. And eventually the game started tapering off and Chelsea was still playing with Lucy and Winston's 3. So he was doing his own thing. He was trying to play, but he's 3. And then Oliver really wanted to talk to Mimi and Papa, which is what they call Grandma and Grandpa. And so he's on the phone, talking. Their voices are coming to the phone. Oliver's talking. The dogs were jumping on me. They were trying to play the next games. And there was all the noise from that game. And I just I melted and I couldn't take it. And then Oliver came over and was like, hey, Dad. And I was like, what? You know, just lost my cool. I was couldn't do it. I was I got to step out of here, Chelsea. I can't. I am my skin is gonna fall off of my body. Is what I felt just so much noise coming in. And so I snapped, and I felt really bad. I always apologize though when things like that happen, which is a win in itself. I feel I make sure to do that. Adults apologizing to kids, I think, is so important to
I do too.
Teach them it's okay to admit you were wrong and that you're gonna do better, and so we had that conversation tonight. But the other parenting win was earlier this week, or maybe it was last week. I guess timeline doesn't really matter, but we it was one of those days where work ended, and one of my clients websites was down at the end of the day, so I had to work 25 minutes longer. That's how my job seems to go. I'm free all day long, and hey, it's 4:50, so this website's not working and you have to fix it before you leave, and it's awesome, cool. So I was a little frustrated already, and so I come upstairs and the kids wanted to go for a walk with me, and I was initially we got to eat dinner, we have other stuff that we need to get to, so no. But then I took myself out of that moment and I was no, let's go for this walk, and then on the walk they moved the goalpost and they're let's go over to Uncle Matt's house, which Uncle Matt is Tiffany's husband, who Tiffany was a dear friend of my wife who passed away this past year. So but on the walk they just they moved the goalpost, where it's just let's just go for a walk. And then it's hey, can we play at the park for 4 hours? That kind of thing. But this one, I was no, I don't even know if Uncle Matt's home. But then I was again, took a step back. I was this is what they want to do. Let's go do this. And we went over there and Tiffany was huge into gardening. So their whole front house, it's really cool. It looks like a Midwest meadow. So it's all of the state's wildflowers in the front. And there's always tons of butterflies and honeybees and stuff flying around. It's magical. It's the secret garden.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then in their backyard, yeah, it's very good. And in their backyard, they dug a pond. So they have a koi pond in their backyard with some more flowers and stuff. And Matt recently built a bridge over top of the pond. And so we just sat back there and they have these huge bullfrogs. And so we were just over there catching frogs and hanging out, and it ended up being a wonderful 45-minute experience, where we and so I think that felt like a win, just taking myself out of the moment and being no, let's just say yes to the kids. There's no reason to say no to this adventure, So, yeah.
Cassie's cat looked like she's going to commit arson.
Okay, so she has been sitting right there. I sent a picture this whole for 10 minutes, and she's watching us talk on this podcast. So I had to turn it, and because I turned the camera, you couldn't see that she was literally watching us. But
yes,
yeah,
she's
first viewer,
also
let's
falling
go.
asleep. She's
Yay!
like,
But Ebox, that's such a good perspective shift, though, of like, you didn't want to do something and it turned out to be like a beautiful evening that you needed, that your
Yeah.
kids needed, that
Mhm.
he probably needed too, because he's just now lost his wife recently. And so
Yeah, and he loves our
ultimately,
kids.
yeah, well, and it's just also that adult connection that I feel like with streaming in general is something that we all need. And so it's like kind of hard to get that sometimes as parents.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
what about you though,
that's
Astra?
cool.
What's a win and a loss for the week for parenting?
That's
boy.
a great question. I didn't remember that this was coming up, so I did not mentally prep.
I
I
forgot
would
to,
definitely
actually.
say, I would say that my loss slash win, I guess. Hemi is he's right here. He's our sleepy, inappropriate background friend. He's 4 and he's a Frenchie and he has about 2 brain cells. And his 2 brain cells compete with his urge to make things smell like him. And I left the house and closed all the doors. And I had just had my daughter take him out. And I was going to be gone for a few hours. And I was like, okay, guys, I've closed all the doors. I'll be back in a little bit, you know. And my daughter is the oldest, she's, very mature, very responsible, and she's 13 and it's good to go. She can watch the house and I'm not very far. So I left and I came home and I'm in the middle of doing a couple things and I go into my bedroom and the door is open and I knew I had closed that door before. And the reason that that's important is that Hemi likes to pee on the corner of my bed if the door is open. And it's specifically on the comforter that will be draped over the edge of the bed. And I have since gotten a new comforter and have been very good at keeping him out of my bedroom since, because I refuse to have a pee-soaked comforter. And I've already honestly gone through 2 of them and he's only 4. So this third one had yet to have Hemi pee on it, and I had been very good about ensuring that he'd been taken out and the doors closed if I was ever not at the house, like if I was gone for any time. And I came home and he marked it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose my mind. And so I asked my 3 little humans who are just having a great old time playing video games out on the couch, like, I should be proud, I should be happy. They're all hanging out together and playing games, And I'm like, who opened my bedroom door? Because Hemi peed on my bed and all my stuff is ruined and I'm upset, and I'm not like a big yeller. I don't get like escalated to like flipping tables and things, but it bothers me that my things were damaged by their lack of awareness of our dog. And that's understandable as an adult to adult. Like, you don't want your things ruined because of my lack of care. And obviously a 9, 11, and 13-year-old don't quite cognitively realize cause and effect. And if they don't pay attention to our dog, then he will inevitably probably find something that he can make a mistake and pee on. And so I was like, I'm sick of being the one to tell you guys what to do, of like, hey, take him out. Hey, do this. Hey, do that. Let's come up with a schedule. Let's come up with a routine. Is that your cat? That sound?
This one?
That. Is it you?
It is me.
It is me.
It is me.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, man, Cassie's cat is going ham with something. And it's just Cassie's feet under the desk.
I am also short, and my feet like barely touch the floor. I mean, they touch the floor, but not comfortably. And so I have
That's why I said crisscross
box that 3 reams of paper were in, and my feet are on it, and I keep just crushing in the top of the lid. So
perfect.
That's what you're hearing is the lid of the box is
perfect.
Because I keep like adjusting, and I can just fill the lid because now it's just like in
Yeah. Well, so I asked my kids, like, I don't want to be the one to come up with like the rules. I want you guys to be collaborative with this because they're old enough. That's also the nice thing about where my kids are at, is that I do get to have that back and forth with them. And I do feel like I do get to have real conversations and change and have them understand, like, Hemi is part of our family and it's not fair to him to not be taken out often enough. And it's also not fair to me to make me be the only one to take him out. So we came up with a schedule so that I have 3 kids and Hemi eats 3 meals a day. So they're each in charge of a time frame. So the person in the morning takes him out 2 times and feeds him. The person in the afternoon takes him out 2 times and feeds him. And then the person in the evening takes him out 2 times and feeds him. And my parenting win is that they've all been like Johnny on the spot, like going for it today without me even saying anything. I woke up to hearing Hemi's tippy taps as my son took him out this morning. So
Nice.
it was
Nice.
and then my littlest was like, is it time for me to take him out? And I'm like, not yet, almost. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. But first day was a solid
First day was great.
start.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, that is going to be it for us today. If you've survived this far, congratulations. You are now one of us. Make sure you follow, rate, and come back next week for more parenting chaos, gaming stories, and of course, sleep deprivation. You can find us wherever you listen to podcasts, unless our kids decided to unplug our equipment, which will probably happen. All right. Thanks for listening. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.